We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe.
Summon Circle is strong, but not insane.
That card literally made Goki's fucking tier 0.
Yeah, but where were Goki's when it got banned?
Tier 0.
When it got banned?
It was tier 0.
Goki's?
Goki was tier 0.
Without wrong going. Why weren't you playing Goki's?
I did play Goki.
No, I'm talking about right when Sword got banned, which was last list.
Oh, Sword's banned, so it was done.
I'm a fair guy.
Goki's were tier 0 when Sword was in the game.
Yeah.
Firewall was in the game.
Yeah. Sword and Firewall
Fucking
together.
missed those two cards together.
Even without Firewall, you still can Rongo
I
count.
feel like it's.
I know, then Rongo got hit. And Gunblar.
So it wasn't Firewall.
And then Goki's fell off the face of the earth.
It wasn't Gunblar, it was Summon Sword. I mean, it wasn't Firewall, it was this card.
Firewall is just light on the actually.
That takes time. Like,
Yeah, this card would be
why this?
Why this?
Just the Goki archetype, you knew it was exploitable, but the problem with the Gokis is like, yeah, they search other cards, but you have nothing to put them on the board, then they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Better than they were before when I had all that stuff. If anything,
You got died?
the Emerald Vengeance is something I will 10 I want to. Why do you have the Earth one in there?
I got the ARG
The
dice.
3000 beta one. I took it out.
Alright.
Pyro. 11. I go, oh,
You're winning with that.
12.
You're going first.
You are not serious.
You're going first.
Okay,
Decided right now is nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't go all in.
why don't you? But you don't do that though.
I don't.
Circle.
But next week's gonna be a little different because I'm
Nah,
not going to National Guard working and shit. I gotta do this training online and shit, so I have to skip next week.
It's fine, but you don't do this very a lot though, bro. I don't know why you're like
I have double or nothing.
barely.
Well, no, one time a week. One time a week.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
plenty of time. And I see it as plenty of time in you, America. So
Yeah.
I want.
Wait, do you have Utopia double?
Well, I don't know what you're doing now, right?
You need it.
With the cards at the house.
I have not touched my car since the last time I was here.
Yeah.
Apparently.
It goes from me to
No.
Okay, then,
So just because.
let me just do those two.
Look, this is my house, right? Just because you're married, bro, just because you got more, just because you're a girl, a wife,
Have you not seen?
Oh, thank God my deck doesn't lose to Abyss Roller.
It does.
No, not this one.
If you lose to Abyss Roller, I'm a have this thing's gonna be on video.
Yeah, it's gonna be on video regardless. We're signing and everything.
I forgot to get back to this ground.
And then use it.
Trust me, this deck doesn't lose to Abyss Roller.
It will lose to Abyss Roller.
No, it doesn't. I play all of one card that gets an effect in the grave.
Well, I'll figure it out after this game.
Yeah,
Your turn.
Right now, I don't have.
Alright, cards it in. One float.
Yeah, you know,
Of course it is. Okay, so I have to automatically assume that the other two have tracks. Same of as anything.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't like
Main.
I'm not sure about this, to be honest.
I can't.
Yeah.
40? Exactly 40. Well, now 39.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
You play
That's my
7
whole
of
argument, bro.
Barely see it to begin with.
I like to take money.
What do you mean your deck doesn't die to hand traps? You
That's the
literally-
only
No,
card
Abyss
that-
Roller, that's the only card that literally get you in the game. Are you fucking serious? You got
I
it.
didn't cut out 7.
Oh wait, wait, okay. You
I
fucking kidding me? Like, set this.
Yeah.
I'll play third one on that for sure.
First of all, I didn't think of that.
You're going
Dude,
second.
that-
I don't know, there's literally 3 cards.
Is that the one that special summons?
Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, we can go there.
Because I didn't really start as an extra page. So
Ash scoops it up.
about it.
Game 2.
Oh, wait.
So Abyss Roller does kill you
There's
then.
a reset.
Abyss Roller just killed you.
Then it's gonna be 3
Nah, you would've ashed it anyway.
No, I want it.
Oh, I need 8.
Gold.
Need the.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why,
We're talking about hobbies and we're talking about making time for those.
I got a whole danger pool.
I can actually play 41.
Yeah,
This curse
this is all I need.
I think 41 is fine. You can pick 42.
Who needs construct?
I hate 41. I just hate the number.
Oh, these are all
To me, it's only
good.
41 and 43. I don't like 42.
No.
Whether we like better, 41, 42, or 43.
What?
41, 42, 43.
Neither. I only read 40.
Oh, yeah, this guy's weird. Alright, but if you had to pick one.
I'm not. If I had to pick, I'll choose a 40.
Oh shit. Alright, not excluding 40, not including 40. If you had to pick a number, 41, 42, 43.
I'm choosing neither. I'm only choosing 40. I'm sorry to tell you this, Ricardo. My deck never goes over that.
We're not at 40, okay?
Look, and look, I'll tell you this. This is how you know my deck is correct. Always at 40. If you have to run more cards, that means your deck sucks. Because you got to run more cards to make it better.
Right now it's at 40 with this included.
Okay, 40, so his deck's okay. There's always cards to take out.
Figure out the cutout with this 3 engages, 3 put away, and the opponent draws. Oh, okay. That's the engine right now.
You know, some people want to run more than 40 just to mitigate their, and offset their guard.
What's your main deck right now?
It's at 40 cards.
Everything's at main. That's all main deck.
Yeah, so this is like Sky Striker stuff and something else.
Take out those goddamn kaiju slumber shit.
No, it is coming out.
Oh,
This is all the cards coming out. This is going to the side.
Yeah, put that in the side for sure.
But these are all going second deck.
3 for sure. You're gonna run this card. You always run 3. You're gonna run this.
We'll start.
I'll start.
No, I'm starting.
Okay.
Huh? I do. I really do. But I don't have it. I'm not using it for a tournament. I'll use it for a tournament.
Maybe they're not even telling you the truth.
Because depending how the format is, this is probably not playing the white CS. It's white CS for work. Yeah, white CS Oak Cliff. No, it's called white CS for on the white CS. It's white CS Oak Cliff.
Yeah, because
Oak Cliff is really exactly. I already told Smiley that I'm in the hotel, so I do not want to guard the forward and back. If I make it
Against this deck?
I don't know what the side against
Yes.
this. I don't know what the side against this deck.
Yeah, you're right.
I just think Joel just kills you, so I might as well do it. Oh, weird set one! You are not setting the card pass! Jesus Christ, Jenna. Normal summon. Anything. Effect, target background.
But you can't think about it from a
Cost. It's French.
Oh, man.
It's a cost to send the graveyard. It's like,
He sends the grave.
sends the graveyard, it's cost target to face down back row. It doesn't destroy it.
Flip it over as response.
You can. It just can't be
Yeah,
activated.
it's
after it happened. After like the whole broken breakup
Effect
happened.
special.
That's when I started finding
Well,
out.
these are English, though.
Yeah, no. Effect special.
Yeah.
No, and
Gazelles, too.
nobody
No?
in the
Yeah,
room
you
did
did.
that. This is the part. No one has ever.
Go ahead and send the Foxy. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, you're right. I was missing that fox.
Well,
You're lucky I can't use it this time.
Yeah, that card's good.
Of course you can.
And yours to 1 second deck.
15.
I like
I'll
this
take
card
it.
so much.
Your time.
Set.
No, we're keeping the paper. I still lose.
Go ahead.
Huh? Disrespectful. I know I said it's okay.
You should.
Yeah, but I can't think of anything else. I'll be taking those out.
First of all, because
Any cards that I there's a card that I always use.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I play Thunder Dragons. Summon time. This time I lost.
Any effect in grave?
Yeah.
Cost might get hit to 2, if not 1.
Colossus will go to 1, but I don't think it's going to get hit. It's Colossus not the problem.
This is just the problem. It's a big part of the problem.
Effect?
Put your hand in that.
I'm not worried about Colossus.
Oh, if I put a Colossus on that first game, you open like 3 searchers.
Okay, but did you have a Colossus?
Well, I'm not
Okay,
like
because
that.
I know, because I went for my...
But that's what Colossus does.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that.
Colossus cuts your hand in half, and then the negates just take care of the rest.
Colossus is boozing, my guy. Colossus is boozing.
Those are fine.
Summon.
Huh?
Effect. Grab back his hill.
Yeah.
Back with everything.
I get there.
Yeah.
Main phase 2.
It's Italian though.
Shuffle.
Oh man.
Your turn.
Set card is unknown, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's unknown. You don't know.
like if there were like 25,
Somebody?
I didn't
Me?
Nope.
like there were cool people,
Activate.
but
Was it in?
I didn't feel myself like the shit that was
yeah,
happening
yeah,
was
just
really,
read
like, they would talk about how
Oh, weird. So Drool
what they
does
did
kill
on
this
the car,
deck.
how
You're
fast
good.
they can drive.
No, you do search
Talk about
points.
what they ate last week. Like, which is cool, but you know, I didn't want to have to kind of come to the but I thought
Tree the guy. Okay.
You're being a little hypocrite saying that. You're talking like a whole bunch of they were fucking being at the car shop. They're over there being with the girlfriend. But it's the same thing as these guys talking about their cars. Instead of talking about cars, they're talking about their cars and shit. That's different.
yeah, I don't okay.
I know it's in there.
What's engraved?
Conversation we're having for a little bit like I get my stuff like I like thinking more like ice test and stuff. So a lot of them were talking about the point is
Origin isn't important.
I don't know how these things got in here.
that's what
You don't?
Yeah.
I don't know how they got in here.
I don't-
Like that, that's true.
because I was just trying to regular sing for I was trying to use
Boost.
to make this.
What is it? How much does it boost?
I think
And I
it's
was
just
like, yeah.
yeah, it's just attack.
I was like, yeah, I put
not
like
attack.
You're good. Go for it.
and I guess that's why I was like, I thought he said,
It was in there. That's a out.
I thought he was about
Bro, just attack for game.
I'm not there yet.
You're there.
I'm not.
You're there.
I'm not there yet.
You guys have to listen about that.
See this?
Yeah,
I never mind.
There you go. No.
Who's that Steven Boner?
Absolutely not.
Hey, what's up? Where do you want to go?
Alrighty guys, so very quick profile we got going on here, and don't worry, there is a second match as well, but the results still kind of the same. We did get 2-0'd, but it wasn't as bad as, you know, the first match being against Salamangreat. Just to show you what the deck's supposed to do and everything. So yeah, so what the deck is trying to do is, yeah, it's just trying to hard go second. The reason why you want to hard go second with this deck in particular is simply because, you know, before going first was okay. You didn't have to deal with that many negations. And again, I played this in full power Goki and won a local with it against full power Goki in the finals. Now, I basically tutored the deck at that time to go first. But the problem now versus then is, again, just the sheer amount of hand traps being played and just the overall interruptions that are present now that wasn't present then, if that makes any sense. So, okay, so what we have going on here is, let's see. So we got our go second cards here. We got our 3 Stormforce, our Cherries, our 3 Pankratops. Reveal that third one. 2 Thanoses, 3 Foolish Goods. A lot of times you'll send penalty box if you don't have access to the field spell. But if you do have access to the field spell or terraforming, then you're going to send World Diner Wrestling to summon Pankratops from the deck. It's generally a good way to get 2 Pankratops onto the board. And, of course, you play Extravagance because you don't really care about your extra deck. So, the reason why you kind of don't want to go first with this deck is because, you don't really have that much interruption going for you outside of Perfect Ace and Blockbacker. And, playing through one negate is incredibly easy for a lot of decks. Not to mention, if I'm trying to go first and I need to play Floodgates, which is fine, but since Salamangreat is so prevalent, you kind of can't play There Can Only Be One, because There Can Only Be One really kind of screws this deck over because the whole deck's Warrior. And so, with that being said, I can't go first. Because Salamangreat's a deck, I can't go first. That's bottom line. So yeah. The Cherries was pretty good. I didn't see it though. We got our Sunlight Wolves. I don't have 2 LPs, so I decided to play an LP and an Agripane. 2 Mermaid, 2 Colossus. These are generally this is for the big 4 essentially. Well, we have Hayate. We don't need 2 targets for Striker because the deck doesn't struggle that hard against Striker. So we got Electromite. We have 2 Saryujas and just random things. So yeah, the biggest problem with this deck is that it's so incredibly normal summon reliant. More so than other decks that you would think struggle with this problem, and you'll see that in the next match. But the main issue is just that just relying on this right here to go through and it not get bounced, because none of your effects to summon them onto the board are quick effects. So if this gets bounced with Hieratic Seal, or if your opponent just flips over a Rage or something, if they have anything, just remove this from the board. After this gets normal summoned, your turn kind of ends unless you have a Signing Deal, which that kind of gets ashed. So it's a problem. And the one thing I didn't think to play, that I did play in Full Power Goki format, that would have made a difference in my second match, is Eater of Millions. I totally forgot all about this card, and Eater of Millions would have made a big difference in my second match. It would have made a difference in Salamangreat in particular because it just had too many interruptions. But overall, the deck doesn't care about its extra deck. Again, you play Extravagance, and Eater of Millions is just one of those cards to where it's just you have to deal with it. It's just another way to get negates off the board. Now, again, it wouldn't have made a difference in the first match, but the second match it would have made a huge difference in against Pendulums. So, side deck, of course, these are more going second cards, Evenleys and Galaxy Cyclones for Floodgates and other back row. And then for the rest of the cards, you got Floodgates, you got 3 anti-spells, 2 Gozins, 2 Rally Warlords, 2 Summon Limits, and we just got the 1 copy of Solemn Warning because we just need to fill in a spot for a 15th card. Only see Summon Limit against Salad, but no combo pieces, essentially. So that kind of sucked, as you clearly saw. I mean, the Signing Deal kind of got negated by Ash. Again, big problem. Hand traps aren't really supposed to kill this deck because you're generally supposed to open multiple options to summon these things. But yeah, incredibly normal summon reliant deck. I mean, there's only 1 level 4 target in the entire deck, which is a big deal. So if you don't see it, or if you don't have access to it, you're kind of stumped, which means you have to depend on things like Stormforth, which is another reason to hard go second. But a lot of times you'll see Stormforth and no level 5 or higher, which is weird. Or you'll see the wrong ones. You'll see Stormforth and a level 7 or higher, and you can't do anything. So, that's a deck profile, guys. That's what it looks like. That's what this deck's trying to do, is trying to open multiple go second cards. And as you can see, I kind of didn't open enough of them. So, yeah. against the reason why I had this deck list like this is because I played against Salad before and against Striker and won against both matchups. But, you know, I didn't have enough hindsight to realize that if they just open, like, an average hand, you have to open, like, an incredible hand to do really well. So, I should have played more matches, you know, to kind of see that. But, hey, things happen. So, anyway, that's a deck. So, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. This is J Money, and I am...
Through the wastelands, through the highways.